And we are live from the heartland of America and from my heart to yours. I'm Jeffey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. And we got some great stuff for you tonight. A lot of great information. Fun times tonight. We know that you don't have original sin. You got the spark of divinity within, but we're not really here to talk about that. We know that you do not have to go on bended knee to anybody's savior because you don't need salvation. But we're not going to talk about that or the fact that you have life and life more abundant and peace that passes all understanding. Tonight, we are talking about, folks, we are talking about the Shroud of Turin. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Sterling. We're talking about the Shroud of Turin, and specifically, we're going to talk about purported, alleged demonic imagery in the Shroud of Turin. Demonic imagery in the Shroud of Turin, folks. There is no demonic imagery in Mystech. Mystech tunes you to the original Schumann resonance of the earth. I wear them all the time. I got like 12 or 13 of them on right now. They put my cells in harmony. They make my blood flow very with great viscosity, no blockage or sluggishness, which causes issues. And it helps regulate my EMF and also my subtle body as well. So you can't beat it. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Mystech logo or the tab. You get a full 20% off. And we'll probably give a little extra percentage off to people that join the Cousins Club, but more about that later. So first of all, I want to talk to you about where I got this information about the Shroud of Turin. Pardon me. And I missed the mute button. Well, Lydia, this one I got from a fellow, and I don't want to say his name because I don't know that he wants his name out there, but his name is M. You know, there's a Q. Well, we got the M. And it says, "Hey, Jeffrey, first I'd like to briefly introduce you to my background. Hardcore Church of Christ family, second generation missionary and full-time preacher." Folks, Church of Christ is like hardcore, deep South, Protestant. They're the ones that don't even have music. They're so holy. So that's the Church of Christ. He has lived overseas in Brazil, and he's seen some quote-unquote crazy shit as far as other religions are concerned. He left the church and his father's household at the age of 17 before graduating high school and still managed to graduate high school and graduate in the top 5% of his class. That doesn't happen. When people hit the road and don't graduate from high school, they usually wind up with a GED and an attitude to match. But no, this person, I already said he, so he dropped out of high school, hit the road, graduated top 5% of the graduating class, and then studied Taoism, Buddhism, agnosticism, and Wicca. And then, this is true, I'm reading it from an email, dove deeply into the works of Anton LaVey, Eliphas Levi, Dion Fortune, Madame Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, and many others in search of truth. Came across my channel about a month ago and have binge watched every video and probably around 600 videos in. Wow. Well, only 1,900 to go. 2,500 videos. Wow. It's been a fun 5 years. Purchased the books, found the message refreshing and enlightening, finds it to resonate and mirror things that he's questioned and thought of. And that means a lot to me. A person that's done this much writing, a person that's done this much research, a person that has looked this deeply into things, I take his word and his words very, very seriously, and I'm touched. Thank you very much for saying that. Having said that, he said, and these are technical terms, "I believe the Shroud of Turin to be utter bullshit. But I've been fascinated by what I see when I look at the 4 major water stains on the cloth." So what we're going to talk about is the observations of this highly learned highly well read, very, very educated, both in the School of Hard Knocks and self-taught. So I've got a lot of respect for him, and that's what caught my eye. And I said, you know what? I'm going to check this out. I looked at it, I thought, you know what? This is worth it. This is worth it. So we are going to lay it out here and let you look at it. So we're going to look at the Shroud of Turin. And if you are rude in my chat room, you will not be in my chat room, period. You're a guest here. We welcome all guests. We love all guests. But if you act like an ass, you'll be out on yours faster than something that's really, really fast. So we're going to look at these. We're going to look at the Shroud of Turin. I got it in 2 different resolutions, and I think it's going to be interesting. I really do. I think it's going to be fun, and we're going to take a look at it. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't, but it's going to be interesting stuff. So you see me looking up because I've got a double monitors here, and I've got another monitor up on top. So I'm not looking up to baby Jeebus. I'm looking up to a Samsung curved monitor. Thank goodness it's curved. So here we go. Let's look at these things, and I'm going to give you a look, and we're going to take a look, and I'm going to tell you what this individual sees, and we'll see if we go along with what he sees, or we might disagree with what he sees, and we might not see it at all. So here's a black and white version, and he pointed my attention out to, he says, on the top left, which is up here, by his right shoulder, I believe this is Jacques Demolay. That's just my opinion. I think there's pretty good proof for it, but we don't really want to get lost in who is it. I'll tell you who it's not. It's not who they say it is. It's a fake. It's a phony. It's a fraud. But anyway, let's look at this. He says up here by the right shoulder. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in even further on what he believes is a demonic type of an entity. And it's really pretty interesting when you look at it because, wow, this is pretty interesting. So anyway, I'll just read what he says, and then we will look at it together. On the top left, beside his right shoulder, I see what appears to me to be a very sinister, skeletal-looking reptilian-type entity with horns glaring out from the canvas. So here is what he's talking about as far as I can see it. You got the eyes right here, or maybe, oh, you know what you got? You got big eyes. These are all big eyes, and this is kind of a shine on the eyes. Great big eyes. So, kind of like an alligator mouth down here, kind of like a big old long alligator mouth, and some gray alien eyes. And I think, I don't know if he's talking where the horns are, but I noticed that up here, if you go straight up, it looks like it could be horns from this guy going way up here, poking out of the shroud itself. And you can see him both on the other side where there's another guy of this ilk. So he says that he sees a skeletal-looking reptilian-type entity with horns. I see the skeletal-looking entity. I see kind of two big black eyes. I see kind of a long mouth. And the reason why I say this is a long mouth, because he says directly across and next to the left shoulder, you see the same type of entity, but he's got his head back and his mouth unnaturally wide open in what appears to be a scream. And it kind of looks like some dog teeth there and a dog nose to me a little bit. And his mouth is, wide open. So to me, he's got his mouth closed here? Is his mouth wide open here? But when you look at this guy up here on the right-hand side, I mean, look at that. That looks just like, I'm going to make this even bigger if I can. This to me does look like a dog wolf kind of a thing. Look at those eyes. And he's got the wolf dog nose and the wolf dog, what do you call this thing? Snouts. And then it kind of opens up here, really super, really big. And you can even see like teeth lining the mouth here. And, you know, you could say that was a tongue in there. And I mean, it's even got the jowls out here on the side. This looks to me like a hellhound, ladies and gentlemen, a wolf of some sort. As we kind of pair back, you can kind of see maybe some more perspective. You see that? I think it looks like a wolf being over here. So I'm going to say, yeah, that's a wolf being over here. This guy over here, I'm not really sure what he is other than fugly. He's a little weird looking, this guy, but he looks kind of like, reminds me of an Iron Maiden album cover. Now somebody knows what I'm talking about. Ooh, now I see something different. I see kind of like hair coming down. And it is a skeleton. Here's the eyes. And you can almost look at that. You can see actual eyes within the empty sockets. Look at that. Oh, dude, you see those eyes in there? That's pretty freaky right now. I guess got a little kind of a little flutter. And he's got his freaky deaky eyes right there. And oh, you know, he's got his mouth open. And you know what he's got there? Oh, you know what he's got? He's holding up a sword. He got a sword up in front of his face. Wow, he's got a sword up in front of his face. Here's his eyes. Look at those eyes, guys. This is just fun tonight. Look at those eyes. I mean, you can like see eyes, see? You can like see eyes within these big sockets. Even here, you can see the eyes. And here's his big mouth. And here's, you can even see like the hilt of the sword. Whoops, sorry. You can even see like the hilt of the sword going up. And here's the sword, even with a nick on the blade. The sword's going up. Oh, and it looks like even better, a Roman short sword. It's pretty short. And he's got his hair coming down there like that dude on the Iron Maiden cover. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Show you what I'm talking about. Iron. I never listened to this. I just remember seeing the cover, though, back when I was just a young whistleblower. Iron Maiden images. Oh yeah, this is kind of the, oh dudes, this is good. This is kind of the one I'm talking about here. Can I get a big picture? Look at this. This is kind of cool. Tell me this doesn't look a little bit like this dude here. Tell me it doesn't look a bit like this dude here. See what I mean? It kind of looks like that dude right there. Dude. Sweet. Right? Okay, let's go back and look at our Shroud of Turin again. Jeff, you're making fun of the Shroud of Turin. It's a holy relic. Well, that's what we're here for. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about, I hope, with the Iron Maiden killer guy. But anyway, that's kind of what I see. So this one, to me, it's ghoulish. It's really, really eerie. Maybe a sword, maybe not. But it looks to me like it's something. Is that just maybe? I don't know. But that's some pretty cool stuff to talk about anyway. And over here, come on. Tell me you can't see the dog face, man. That's a freaking dog. Look at that. It's a dog. Wolf. Or is it a bear? Maybe it's a bear. Maybe it's a man-bear pig. I don't know, but it looks like it's something. Because look at those eyes, dudes and dudettes. Those eyes are pretty freaking eerie to me. Look at those eyes. The better to see you with, my dear. God, look at those. That's freaky deaky. That's freaky deaky. Let's take a look at it in this resolution. Wait a minute. I know I had it in another resolution. Where'd the other resolution go? Oh, this is from something else we're going to talk about, and that's some sick stuff that Dyer sent me. Whew. We got some stuff coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We got some stuff coming up for you. Let me find the other color resolution I had here, just to give you another look at it. Another look at it. That's about the sexualizing of children, what you just saw up there. Okay, here we go. Here's the other resolution, the other color. So many moving parts, ladies and gentlemen. So many moving parts. All right, so here's the other resolution. Let's see if this makes it look appreciably different to us. See if we can see anything really different when we look at it in, what would you call this, little cyan? All right, so what? Oh man, that wolf just pops. I almost said a bad word. I almost said the F word. But we are all adults, right? We can't get quite as far in on this one. But look at that. You can see Killer Bro over here. Eyes, mouth. You can even kind of see the teeth in there, or the tongue. Oh, wow. Maybe a little helmet kind of thing on, or has he just got like a bald dome up there? Maybe he's wearing a beanie. It could be a beanie, ladies and gentlemen. A black beanie. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a black beanie. That explains a lot of things right there. But check out the wolf man over here. Bear man, bear pig. That's freaky right there. And while we're in the cyan, we'll go down, and he said by the knees, and I like how he's covering his junk. That's at least polite. Down by the knees, our well-educated friend sees what he thinks are two aquatic type creatures from the Black Lagoon type entities. You can see their kind of head up here, you know, and they're kind of, you know, the face flaring out a little bit with the gill slits. And here's that big kind of, you know, fish mouth, open my mouth and swim into my mouth kind of a thing. And then you got his, you know, his eyes right here and his droopy face. And over here, this one, he looks a little more, looks like, he looks a little more like a, doesn't look so aquatic to me. What do you say we skip over? We're going to cut off the cyan. I think we got our best out of that one. Let's go back over to the black and white. Not that we want to make it race, but, you know, let's go see what we can see over here. Because it don't matter if you're black or white. Okay. So we got this here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at this creature from the Black Lagoon kind of one. It looks like maybe a sad little creature from the Black Lagoon. Maybe his lagoon got polluted or something. Maybe somebody whizzed in his lagoon. He looks a little sad to me. But I can kind of see where he's coming from. Here's the head. Here's the eyes. Kind of maybe the flora. Not the strongest case. But this guy over here, I think he's a little better. I mean, he's got his eyes here, and he's kind of looking over here. His nose kind of thing, his mouth right here. He looks more like a gorilla to me. That looks like a gorilla, don't it? With a conehead gorilla. No, just a little shine. That's like a normal, sort of a normal gorilla dome. I think it might be something. Oh, look at this, dudes and dudettes. You know, dude is like, it's for both sexes. You can see like gorilla typhus. He got some gorilla typhus. You never listen to Richard Pryor? What's the matter with you? He's got gorilla typhus. Look at that. Dude, see that's, yeah, that's a gorilla right there. A gorilla? A gorilla? And if we go way up here, we'll get our man, bear, pig, wolf again. Oh, there he is. Check him out. Oh, dude, that's a little scary. That's the stuff that nightmares are made of right there, folks. Those two are really, really clear on the left-hand side. And the left-hand path is kind of the dark path. Ooh, isn't that interesting? So you got those two on the left. And you can even see that wolf from out here, cousins. And you can see your damn dude from out here too. Look at that. That's pretty good shit. I gotta give our boys some kudos for those. Yeah, I gotta say those. I mean, those. Are we sure 100%? No, we're not sure 100% of anything, but those are pretty legit. The only thing one of the few things that I'm sure 100% about, I'm pretty sure 100% about C60 purple power. That C60 purple power is the fountain of youth. Cynthia's hair is getting wavy. It's getting a nice honey blonde color, and it's very, very healthy and very, very strong. I won't tell you how I know that it's very, very strong, but it's very strong, and we're not getting sick. We're healthy. It's the best antioxidant out there. Go to C60purplepower.com and use the code TCW10. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. A little fun, a little frivolity. I think it's kind of weird that this evil guy over here, he's got a black beanie on. That's kind of odd. Explains a lot of things, ladies and gentlemen. Explains a lot of things. But we won't dwell on that. We won't dwell on that. Let's stop the share. Let's go to the chat room and see what you folks have to say. Fun times tonight. Fun times tonight in the Christian Whistleblower. And I did want to make you aware of one thing before we go into the chat. I want you to know that you're going to start noticing that if you come over here where all of our videos are, you're going to start noticing the more controversial ones drop off, because I am migrating them over to the other website. And if you want to see the banned content, you just click right here where it says for banned content. And this one is here. There's 10 videos here now that are not on the regular website anymore, because these are the ones that got me demonetized, at least in my opinion they did. So we've now created this website for banned content, and you won't be able to get it on YouTube anymore. You can get it over here. But the really cool thing is that we're rolling out the Cousins Club, and starting tomorrow at high noon. Well, that's a little bit aggressive. Let's say starting Sunday at high noon, we'll have our first exclusive Cousins Club secret podcast. I'll get out your information to you between now and then. For you cousins that have joined, you'll get you'll come into your, when you have your cousins' information, you can come in here to Cousins Club. You can sign in, and when you sign in, you'll have the top secret link. You click on that link, and it'll take you to the top secret live program. We'll do the first one on Sunday at high noon, so be ready for that. And if you do want to get involved in, if you do want to get involved in the Cousins Club, it's very simple. It's right here. You can read about it. There's 2 levels. You get 3 to 5 exclusive videos per week, probably much more closer to 5. And then the second level, you get those videos plus probably weekly interactive question, open forum sessions, small groups with me. You get all the ebooks, and we're also going to have a Discord server in there that you'll be able to partake of, I guess, 24/7, 365, right? So there's what we got going on with that. I think it's going to be some good stuff. I really do. I think it'll be some really good stuff. I think you'll enjoy it. And that's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about. So as we get into the chat room, let's see what you folks have to say about all of this. Okay. Scott very humbly says that he was right. Okay. Obviously, I wasn't following it, so we'll say, yes, Scott, good job. And we've got the symbol of Lorenzo sees the symbol of Toth in there. Let's see. Somebody says it looks, Nancy thinks it looks like an ink blot. Well, that's not very creative, Nancy. But yeah, like an open beak. Dyer said, where'd that go? Like an open beak, yeah. It looks more like an open mouth to me than a beak, but you could say it was a beak. Also similar to the, I thought the same thing, Brandon. Kind of like the World War, I was thinking about the ones from the plague, the beaked ones. But yeah, it's kind of sort of similar to the ones from WW1 too. Lydia says it looks like a poodle. Lydia, you're too nice. That's big, man. That one looks like Rubber Johnny. Don't know who Rubber Johnny is, but Terry agrees it was a wolf. And Sean says, or a bear. Like I said, a man, bear, pig. It could be any of those things. It makes sense now, says Renee. Wow, this is making sense. And it is fugly, no doubt about it. Tracy says, or Terry says it might have been a hag. Could have been a hag. Yep. Could have been a hag. Tracy sees higher up too. Yeah, I didn't go up there. I should have. Let's see what else we got. Even higher, eyes higher up too. She said it twice. So you know she was really emphatic about it. Let's see what else we got here. A giant spider face. Ooh, like an entity is behind it. Oh yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Wide Awake just says wow, simply wow. You can't argue with wow. There's a face to the right looking at it as well. This is a wicked sketch. It's not a sketch, but it is wicked. I'm with you in more ways than one. Can I just give you a little hint? If your comment starts with, it's way off the subject, just stop there. Don't write it. Leave it alone. Because it's going to get taken out anyway. It's going to get taken out anyway. The hair looks like the arms of an entity behind it. Oh, okay. See, good stuff. Good stuff. Really good stuff. What else we got? Oh, now somebody says we're looking in the wrong places. How can you be looking in the wrong places? We're having fun. We're looking. We're exploring. But Jeff, but Jeff, that's funny. Wow, I see it too. It's creepy. Yes, it is. Definitely creepy. Interesting stuff. A bat? Huh. Iron Maiden, Power Slave. Wow. I think bears and dogs are somewhat related. I think they are too. Their noses are very much alike. Black-eyed people. Interesting. This is comical because I believed in this for so long. Yeah. And that is kind of comical, but if we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at, right? Let's see. Wow, there's more each time I look. Absolutely. Shane says, no, it's a raccoon. I don't think it's a raccoon. That's a bad ass raccoon. If that's a raccoon. Let's see. They hide in the dark. That's very interesting. Looks like my uncle. HERU. That's right. HERU. The Coneheads. Looks like a sad gorilla. Yeah. A sad creature from the Black Lagoon and a sad gorilla. I wonder why the gorilla's sad. Probably because he's stuck on this. He's probably, anyway. We will leave it alone. We will leave it alone. It's like they're his guards. Ooh, nice one. Yeah, I can see that. It is kind of like their guards. I do see horns on his head. Yep, so did the guy that sent me the email, like a black plague mask. Yep, that's what I was talking about. So glad I found Jeffey Daugherty. Me too, Jeremy. We appreciate you very, very much. Wonder what you'd see if you turned the pick upside down. Well, you know what? That sounds like hours of family entertainment. You should knock yourself out on that. Wow, you guys say some crazy, crazy things here. Wow. That's horrible. There's no way I would show that. On the other side, I see a woman with an evil smile. Okay. This is not a thing where we tell you that you're wrong. And Jenny May just laughs out loud. Interesting stuff, folks. There's not much you can say about that other than, yeah, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. And we do enjoy bringing out some of these things every now and then that are really just for fun, but make you think, make you consider. So, if you ever think, Jeff should have this on the show, go ahead. Oh, a drinking game, looking at the shroud. Now that sounds like a good one. If you ever think, oh, Jeff should put this on the show, send me an email. And you know what? I might just put it on the show like we did with this. Well, folks, we do appreciate you being here. We do have a hard job trying to convince people that they've been fooled by allowing them the information to convince themselves. So that's a lot of work in and of itself, but we're the last generation of real humans. We're here to do it. They think the world's coming to an end. All we do is win, 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 and win again. That's the way we roll. We're in the world changing business, cousins, and that business, it's a booming. We got to work it out for us. But we know it's our time. We know things are good and getting better. All we got to do is unindoctrinate ourselves and get busy. For Tracy Dyer and all our other great moderators, and for the lovely Cynthia, I'm Jeffey Daugherty, your Christian whistleblower, saluting you for being here, seeking after truth, and let's go get busy.